What up, Laker family? It's your boy DTLF back with another pregame as the Lakers get set to face the Utah Jazz, 7:30 Pacific time. We know LeBron James is out due to load management. So, yeah, pretty much this should be a loss. Technically, we're going up against the sixth best team in the West at the moment. If the playoffs were to start today, we get a Blazers versus Jazz first round matchup. So, yeah, this seriously seems to be, a good team this year. But then again, since I can remember, since the Carlos Boozer, Darren Williams days, and even before then with Stockton and Malone, the Utah Jazz are always right there, right? They're always in the conversation in the playoffs. So, that's just kudos to a great organization they have, and it's something that I want the Lakers to build stability as far as, of course, we're a better franchise, but I want us to build stability as far as creating an identity and being consistently in the playoffs and in contention. So tonight's going to be interesting. No LeBron. I expect a loss. We're currently locked in the 10th spot with the Minnesota Timberwolves. So the more we lose, the better at the moment. Oh, what's up, everybody? What's up, guys? Thank you, guys. I appreciate that. Donovan Mitchell, I'm a big fan. If you guys saw the playoffs last year, you guys saw what he did, man. This kid is special, and he's only going to continue to get better. Reminds me of a young D Wade, a little bit of Baron Davis, a mixture of that type of guard, that slashing, a super aggressive guard, super explosive, and he can create off the dribble, and is very fun to watch. So tonight should be a fun game. We're going up against Donovan, like I mentioned, and they have some players. They have the Eiffel Tower. They have Joe Ingles. The list goes on. So the Jazz are formidable, and it's gonna be something else to see if the Lakers can compete tonight versus one of the Western Conference teams that are in the top of the conference, or if they're gonna just fold early and take their loss, right? But one thing's for sure, right now losing is actually better for us as far as the tank goes. As you guys already know, we're not officially in the playoffs, so I don't mind winning, but I think it's in our best interest to lose. I was watching First Take today, and they mentioned how the Lakers shouldn't be winning. What is the franchise doing, et cetera, et cetera. They were basically going in on that. So, pretty much it's in their best interest to tank from here on out. We got exactly 7 games after tonight, and pretty much I'm ready to wrap this up. I got plenty of content coming for you guys. But how you guys feel about tonight? You guys think somehow the Lakers can pull this off without LeBron? Or do you think it's going to be a loss and take it in stride as far as tanking goes? He said, Dan, can you shout out my Instagram, Lonzo Sauce? So shout out to Lonzo Sauce, man. He's trying to get some clout on here. I dig it. He said, we need LeBron. I'm going to stay up to watch this ass whooping tonight, but go Lakers. 2020 is our year, Dan. I feel you, Brandon. We'll see. We'll see what happens there. He said, lost to tank. Need a better pick, brother. Absolutely. And I'll tell you what, man. Let me tell you something. The Lakers are still developing young players. So even if we take an L, I would love to see Scott Machado play tonight. I really want to see Mo Wagner get heavy minutes. I want to see Kuzma go off. I still want to see positive things for the Lakers. We still got some stuff to watch. Again, man, as you can tell by the views in the channel, not a lot of people are tuning into Laker games anymore because they're out of the playoffs. And I understand that, but there's still so many things. I mean, personally, I miss the Lakers even during this losing seasons when we go into the offseason and we have no Laker basketball to really dissect. That's when I have to get really creative and I have to start strategizing on my videos. I have to start, really diving deep into what the Lakers are planning on doing, what they should do, and stuff like that. That's when I bring out that type of content. But we'll see if we get that loss tonight or if we pull out another victory. That would be 3 in a row at the wrong time. Hopefully not. But again, we got to take the positives. Hey, what's up, T? How you doing? She said, about to go grab some Subway before the game. It's funny. I came on to make the video a little bit earlier than usual because I'm about to go get some of that Wobble Grill. So, bon appetit. Hopefully you enjoy your Subway. Dan, honestly, I can't wait to the offseason, and my birthday is also on the day free agency starts. Man, I'll tell you what, Laker fan, I hope that we're able to land a big-name free agent on your birthday. That would be great. But normally the big-name free agents take like 2 to 3 days for those contracts to material or verbally agree with the team. He said, I am rooting for losses at this point. I don't blame you, Isaiah. We have to hopefully solidify a better chances in the draft. Um, Somebody showed the chart this morning. I think it was on First Take. We have like a 3% crack at a top 3 pick. I think it's like a 5% chance at a top 5 and like a 10% chance at a top 10 or something like that. But if we continue winning, we will slip and we will be like 13th, 14th pick. And those picks rarely get a top 3 pick. So I'd rather be in the top 10 than, top 14 or so. Damn, the people that are not here, they're not true Laker fans. Not necessarily, man. Some people, they decide to spend the time with their families, and it's kind of pointless for them to watch games because they just want to see us win, right? They're not trying to break down the game like we are. So pretty much, or maybe they have something better to do in their opinion with their time. But for me personally, man, I really I miss the Lakers in the offseason, so I pretty much dissect every single game, and that's why we have this channel. T said, "Oh my God, I wanted Waba Grill too. LOL. Enjoy." Yeah, Waba Grill's bomb. If you're looking for something a little bit lighter, that teriyaki chicken bowl's fire. I'm more excited about free agency than the rest of the season. Oh, absolutely, Reed. I'm excited about free agency as well, but let's not overlook the draft, man. I feel like we can get a super steal in the draft. I know a lot of people say this draft is top heavy, but you always got to watch for the sleepers. I mean, just look at the past. There's been guys that slide, like the 8th pick, Lauri Markkanen, Donovan Mitchell, who was past the 10th pick. Players like that you can always nab later in the first round. And matter of fact, I think sometimes you end up most of the times getting a better player outside of the top 3 because there's no pressure to take a certain player. You could seriously take a look at who you truly want and pick them without the pressure from the fans saying, oh, you got to take Ja or you got to take, Zion Williamson. Once you're out of the top 10, then you really have freedom. I'm sorry. Once you're out of the top 5, you have complete freedom over who you're going to take. So it might be a blessing in disguise. We'll see. Dan Luke is saying that he fully expects to still be coaching the Lakers. Of course he does. He shouldn't expect anything else, right? But yeah, I fully expect him to be fired ASAP. So, Dan, I just wanted to say you are good for Laker Nation. You keep it real. I appreciate that, Gary. Thank you so much, man. I try to keep it 100 all the time, man. And I'll tell you, there's a lot of times that we're not going to see eye to eye. And, there's other people that are going to state popular opinions, but I never try to go for popular opinions. I go for what I truly believe. For example, if you guys recall earlier in the season, I mentioned I didn't think Luke Walton was the right head coach. That was a very controversial thing. I still remember a lot of people coming after my head, after my neck when I said that, because they were like, give him times early in the season, blah, blah, blah. But that was just my opinion. And like I said, sometimes we won't see eye to eye, but it's all good, man. I still got love for you guys. Dan, which position should we draft? I say point guard or big man. I say best player available, whoever has the biggest potential and whoever shows the more skill set, whether that be a big man or a guard or a backcourt player, whatever that is. Pretty much whatever is best available. We got to draft the one that we believe is going to fit in with this young core moving forward and is going to thrive with the Lakers. That's what I would take. So it also depends what position we're slotted in the lottery. All of that, man. So I got plenty of videos coming for you guys on all of that. You say Giannis or Paul George? I'll take Giannis. He's my MVP for sure. For sure. He said, if Bullock doesn't come back, did we also lose V for nothing? It's starting to look that way, Cisco. Honestly, Bullock hasn't shown me enough for me to want to re-sign him. But that's just my personal opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. It could be that he hasn't got the right opportunity or they just really haven't clicked because it was too late in the season. But yeah, at this rate, at this very point in time, the only veteran that I'm sold on to re-signing back is JaVale. And that's because when he had the respiratory infection or whatever they call that, that's when he started playing like garbage. But after he recovered, he's been a beast. So I think that was the only thing that hindered his production this season. Benjamin says, if the Lakers end the season on a 9-game winning streak, will Luke keep his job or do you doubt it? Man, I would fire him even harder if he starts winning now when it doesn't matter. You know what I'm saying? So, yep. No. Hey, what's up, Seb? I can see you like that song, huh? Riding Through the City. I see you, brother. I appreciate the support. Thanks, man. Hey, what's up, Kevin King? How you doing, bro? He said the Lakers now are currently 2-game winning streak. If the Lakers ended the season on a 9-game winning streak, will Luke keep his job? Again, no, he will not, man. Luke Walton will not keep his job at any. I don't care if he won 20 games to end the season. If we were already out of the playoffs, he can't keep his job. All right, we had a good enough team to at least compete for a playoff spot, and we were out, a month in before the playoffs? So, yeah, no. Then how come players come to LA and struggle? Is it because of Luke? It's a combination of things. All the players aren't limelight material. Some players perform better when the spotlight is off of them. And also, a lot of it has to do with coaching and the system in place, right? Some players fit in other systems, like Mike D'Antoni's system, and some players fit in better and a different. Some players can adapt to anything. Those are the real special players, and I think that's what we're looking for in free agency. He said Bogan, Bogdanovich, or Ariza, or Seth Curry would be guys the Lakers should get this summer. Yep, I could definitely see us blustering the shooting. However, we have to go for the A-listers first. But I know what you mean, Reed. Definitely, we need some more shooting. He said they have Bullock, bird rights, can use him in a trade. You know what, Kevin? That's a good point. They can use him in a trade, and he seems like an enticing piece for a team that's looking for a potential two-way player. So I understand what you mean, Kevin. Let's see what happens, though. He said draft Taco Fall. I'm not sure if he's going to be very successful in the NBA. He seems a little flat-footed. I know he looks good in college, but I don't know if he reminds me a little bit of Hashim Thabit. Like he was a beast in college for UConn. If you guys remember, I used to scout heavy back then, and I remember Hashim Thabit was a beast. And Taco Fall reminds me a little bit of him, but I could be wrong again. Everybody's looking for the next Kristaps Porzingis or the next big thing, the next Sean Bradley or whatever. But more players that are of that build are most likely to be busts, from what I've noticed, than good players. And I hate to label any young player a bust before he gets a chance. But would I take him with a top 10 pick? Probably not, when there's other players that are available. You said everyone is not built for the big city, New York or LA. Absolutely, Kevin. Kathy says it's time for a change. Yeah, we definitely need to change the culture of this team. Yesterday, the game was aired on Players Only on TNT, and they touched on some interesting points. I actually thought they did a better job than Charles and them. I know Players Only gets criticized a lot because Charles and them are more entertaining as far as comedy goes, but Players Only Club, I mean, they know what they're talking about, man. These guys have been there. So, Dan, should we sign Jamal Crawford this offseason? We could still ball. He could still ball, and he would be a great mentor. I'm not sure if we need to go for those zombies, man. I don't know if we need to get those mummies. They're pretty old. I want players that are younger and aren't going to, basically have their decline year with the Lakers. So I would say no. I would pass on Jamal. Had it been last year, I would say yeah. This year, I'll say no. What is he, 36, 37? He's old, man. We need to sign Chandler ASAP. You mean Tyson Chandler? I don't think I want to bring him back. I think he ran out of gas. Should LA get Frank from the Knicks? Frank Ntilikina is a very good defender, but other than defense, I'm not sure what he brings to the table. He's a little athletic. I get that. But he hasn't panned out so far. Would the Lakers be willing to gamble on a prospect like that? It would probably take 2 second-round picks or something like that to get him. Who knows? But for now, I'll pass on Frank Ntilikina. I've seen him play plenty. I got NBA League Pass, and his defense is the most impressive part. But I think they messed up by not drafting Dennis Smith, and now they had to give up Porzingis to go and get their guard of the future. So I like Bobo. Don't sleep on him, Dan. I like Bobo too. Now, Bobo is somebody I would consider simply because he could take you off the dribble. He's a little bit quicker than Taco Fall, and I think his game translates a little bit better to NBA. But is it still a project? Absolutely. And we don't want to end up drafting the next Thon Maker, right? So pretty much not all projects pan out. What do you think of Earl Watson as the next Laker head coach? I think I want more experience in Earl Watson. Earl Watson has been a good assistant. He's been a good assistant coach, but I'm not sure he's ready for NBA level head coaching. We need a starting two guard. But you know what? Starting two guards aren't hard to get. There's always good role players, shooters, players you could plug in. I think centers are harder to draft and point guards. So, but I mean, I wouldn't mind having a good starting two guard like maybe Culliver or I don't know. There's a lot of two guards in this draft. Again, still watching March Madness, which continues on Thursday, so stay tuned for that. But it'll be interesting to see who the Lakers pick. Can we sign Dirk? I think Dirk is going to be a lifer, man. Him and Kobe talked about it in the past when Kobe played, and Dirk pretty much said he's going to be a lifetime Maverick. So I doubt he ever leaves the Mavericks. Bobo is getting. Did he say Bobo is a get? He will be available from 10 to 20, but foot injury. Red flag. I love Bobo's game. Needs to hit the weight room big time, though. I agree with Kevin. Again, these are project players that you just can't. They're hit or miss. They're definitely not a home run coming out of the draft. And, yeah, they're hit or miss players. And can we gamble on a pick so high on a player like Bobo? Maybe, because it's not a top 5 pick, right? But if there's a better player available, then we're probably better suited to take that. Dan, do you think Kawhi will choose the Clippers over the Lakers? Heck no. I don't think Kawhi will ever choose the Clippers. I think he's better off staying in Toronto than choosing the Clippers. Clippers are a poverty franchise. They're a joke. Recently, they were popping champagne for making the playoffs, as if they were in the March Madness and made the Sweet 16. They're acting like they're never going to make the playoffs again. So would I want to go to a team that is this insecure about making the playoffs, is popping champagne in the locker room? I wouldn't. That's a joke to me. I'd rather go to the Lakers, stay with the Toronto Raptors. I'd rather go to the Knicks than go to the Clippers, honestly. But that's just me. Maybe he's all about his money. Maybe he just wants to come home and collect a paycheck. Maybe he doesn't care about winning. If so, then okay, then the Clippers are a perfect place for you. You just want to collect a paycheck and be the shadow franchise in LA, go for it. He said, do you think we should sign a better 2-guard like Wesley Matthews or a forward like Trevor Ariza? Ooh, that's a good one, James. I haven't heard a good question like this in a while. I think we should sign a good 2-guard like Wesley Matthews, because Wesley is actually a two-way player and he's a consistent shooter. So, yeah, I would probably go for Wesley. Trevor, again, is on the higher end of 30. I want players that are in their early 30s or below 30 moving forward. I feel like we've always get old players that are past their prime, and it ends up biting us later in the season. So, Dan, yeah, I heard Kawhi's camp and his uncle prefer the Lakers over any team. Music to my ears, my friend. And they'd be smart to come to a brand like the Lakers. I understand that LeBron is there and all this stuff, but LeBron only has 3 seasons left. After that, we're not going to give him a farewell tour. He's not Kobe Bryant. You know, after his 3 seasons are over, he's going to go and be a journeyman elsewhere, or he's going to retire. And his best bet is that he's going to retire after these 3 seasons and go out the right way, right? But, yeah, after he retires, this is absolutely Kawhi City. And if by that time him and LeBron have already won a championship or 2, my goodness, man, this guy's going to be the biggest ticket in LA for a long time. And I'm talking about Kawhi Leonard. Let's not forget that he's not 30 yet. So he's got plenty of years left in the tank, and he can really carry this franchise moving forward along with the young core. So that would be the best decision he can make as far as winning in the future and winning now. Dan, I heard that the LA Lakers is interested in Rick Carlisle as head coach. Yes, but the question is Rick Carlisle interested in quitting the Mavericks to come to Lakers? There's going to be a lot of rumors. I'm sure a lot of coaches are going to be interested in the job. But for now, I'm not going to touch on that because it could be clickbait for all we know. He said LeBron is re-signing with LA. We'll see, Rome. If he has something left in the tank, then we might get him on a 1-year deal after that. But I really don't think he's going to get another 2 to 3 year deal, especially for the max. Let's not forget that by then he's going to be in his 36, 37 years of age. And what can he contribute to a franchise at that point of his career if his game is already starting to decline? So Lakers have to be smart, and I doubt we give him another contract unless it's like a 1-year deal, farewell tour type thing. But he would have to win a championship to earn that kind of deal. Dan, who would you want as a head coach? Anybody who's willing to teach the young core and, you know, grab command of the team and not give it all up to LeBron. So they have to have the perfect mix. I think Mark Jackson comes to mind. Some people say Jeff Van Gundy. You know, there's a couple of head coaches there, but we'll see. The Mavs have a bright future. Absolutely. The Mavericks, you know, I don't like Mark Cuban, but he always makes boss moves. Like the year he traded for Kidd, or did he trade for Tyson and Kidd? I don't remember how it was, but the way they added those players along with a prime Dirk, Jason Terry. Let's not forget that they beat the Miami Heat, the Heatles. So pretty much, yeah, Mark Cuban means business. As much as I dislike him, because he dislikes Laker Nation. So, yeah, I mean, they know what they're doing. And that trade for Porzingis, I think, is very underrated. I think if Porzingis ever comes back 100% healthy with Doncic and with another draft pick, they're going to be lethal. Not to mention free agents and cap space. So, Dan, if we strike out signing a superstar, what should be next for us? An all-star. And then role players and so on and so forth. Hey, what's up, bro? How you doing, man? Welcome to the live stream. He said, also, do you think Julius Randle would re-sign with the Lakers in the future? You know what, man? I don't know. I don't know, man. That's a good question. I don't know if him or D'Angelo are going to swallow their pride and want to come back here. But honestly, that's a great question. I'd be interested to see where these guys end up. Very interested. I think D'Angelo re-signs with Brooklyn. If not, he might stay with the Knicks. I think he can go to the New York Knicks. They have 2 max slots. If they strike out on both of those guys, they might. I know the Knicks. They always turn around and give their money to like a B tier, C tier type player. So, yeah, I don't think they'll come out empty-handed. But it'll be interesting. If I'm D'Angelo, personally, he's having a great career with Brooklyn. He has a good head coach there. They're stable. He's going to grow with Karis LeVert and all these other players, Jared Allen. He's probably better suited to stay there, honestly. What if Dallas gets the number 1 pick? Actually, I think they traded this year's pick to the Atlanta Hawks. So, yeah, I don't think they'll be getting any first-round picks. Remember, that trade for Doncic that included Trae Young also included this year's first-round pick. So, I'm telling you right now, everybody thought that early in the season that the Dallas Mavericks won that trade. But I always say, hold your horses. Remember earlier they were calling Trae Young a bust? I said, no. This kid looks good to me. And I think Trae Young's going to be a beast for years to come. And if they end up getting a draft steal again, they definitely won the trade. As good as Doncic is. Dan, why do Kobe Laker fans want LeBron to fail? Kobe Laker fans. I don't think there's both. There's either Kobe fans and then there's Laker fans. I'm a Laker fan. I love Kobe. Probably my favorite player of all time. But I'm a diehard Laker fan. And the name in the front of the jersey always comes first before the name on the back. And I don't want LeBron to fail because that would not be good. That would not be entertaining for me to watch. I'm a Laker fan. I want LeBron to succeed because he's a Laker. Anybody who wants LeBron to fail is basically one of these fans that only watch Kobe's career because of the stats he was putting up, not because of the legacy he was leaving with the Lakers or anything like that. At least that's my explanation. I don't know. But, yeah, we're Laker fans here, man. And we definitely don't want LeBron to fail as long as he's wearing purple and gold. However, if he were to by some crazy chance get traded or whatever, then I wouldn't care about LeBron's legacy after that because he ain't never did nothing for LA. So, yeah, that's my answer. Hey, what's up, Andrew? I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good, bro. Thanks for asking. I'm about to head out to Wobble Grill before the game starts, so I'll take a couple more questions, and then we'll go from there. Do you see any changes with the front office? Not at the moment. If that after this summer we don't land any big fish, then yes. When Shaq Fu left, I was like, see ya. I'm Lakers first. Absolutely, Kevin. Perfect example. Shaq left, we still here. Kobe retired, we still here. It's always the name on the front of the jersey, man. We got too much pride. Too much. I can't wait to see how much Lonzo improves for next season. Me too, James. Oh, my God. Lonzo Ball, especially if he's able to shed the distraction that Triple B is, right? If you guys haven't noticed, he got a tattoo to cover up that Big Baller brand symbol. So that's interesting. Hey, Patrick. What's up, brother? Hey, I appreciate you, bro. Thanks for the subscription. Greetings. It's going to be interesting to see Zoe's career next year. Absolutely, T. I can't wait. I can't wait. Dan, I have faith in the Lakers signing a superstar, # Laker Nation. Me too. And I feel like LeBron and Magic might already have a verbal agreement from somebody because they seem extremely happy. They don't seem like they're under duress, especially LeBron. He's out here dancing, having a good time, even though he didn't make the playoffs. You know what? This might be a blessing in disguise that LeBron didn't make the playoffs. One, because we get another draft asset. And two, because he gets to take a year off. He hasn't really missed the playoffs in what? 14 seasons or something like that? 9 seasons? I forgot. But they mentioned it on ESPN. He hasn't missed the playoffs in a while. So this might actually give him rest, give him time to heal his body, and come back a different beast next season. So it might be a blessing in disguise. It's not like we were probably going to win the championship this year, right? That's all I'm saying. Great minds think alike. Absolutely, T. I see you. Kawhi Leonard. Kawhi Leonard would be perfect. Oh, we get Kawhi Leonard. Everybody be afraid. I'm dropping a mix, all that good stuff. I'll drop a rap song. Man, if we get Kawhi Leonard, guys, because Alonzo needs to drink a lot of milk this offseason. I'm scared what Magic will do. I just hope, Tony, that he doesn't trade away the whole roster, and build around LeBron. I want a future as well. That's what I want. I said in preseason that LeBron might take a year off. I wasn't serious, though. You know what? Nobody saw this coming. We had the team, the perfect team, to make the playoffs, and we beat, if you count the preseason, we beat the Golden State Warriors 3 out of 4 times this year. So we had the perfect team to compete with them and give them a good scare in the playoffs, but we didn't stay healthy, and the coaching was subpar, so we got to roll with the punches. Kevin King said, that is why I stopped tanking. They have something up their sleeve. Beal, Lillard, something. Kawhi or Kyrie. Good point. That'll be interesting, man. What is the front office doing by winning these games? I don't know. Maybe they know something we don't. Maybe the fix is in. Maybe Adam Silver will give us the #1 pick regardless. I don't know, man. I'm not one of these conspiracy theorists, but could be. Dan, I see us getting Kyrie because LeBron has been hinting a reunion. That's another good point. I mean, but LeBron also did tell Kawhi, we'll talk later. I mean, you can go off of anything as far as reading tea leaves, right? But, man, I can't wait to see what happens this summer. Anyways, guys, this is going to wrap it up for the video. Got to go cop Waba Grill real quick before I get back, man, and watch the game. So hopefully I have enough time to do that. And I'll catch you guys post-game, man. Let's see if we're talking, winning is losing and losing is winning. So let's see if we catch a loss, and we'll go from there. All right, guys, thanks for hitting that like button. Don't forget to subscribe if you already have it, and I'll see you guys right after the game.